back. So today I really wanted to do a colorful eyeshadow tutorial, and I got some inspiration from this shirt that I'm wearing. So I knew I wanted to use the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. It's gorgeous. I already have one tutorial up using this guy, and I will link it down below. I feel like a lot of people enjoyed that video. And then I also wanted to do like a really fun color on the lower lash line, so I did have to go to a different palette. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's the Dress Your Face palette. I used this teal called Venezia. Totally could be saying that wrong, so look it up, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody has like one color like this in their collection, so you don't have to specifically use this color, but I used that on the lower lash line, and I love the way this look turned out. I'm definitely going to be doing this look a lot in the future, I'm guessing. Also, I managed to get my hands on one of the Kylie glosses. This one is in Like. So I have that on top of two other lip products. It might be a little bit dark, but I actually like the way everything turned out. So if you want to see how I got from the left to the right, then just stay tuned. I'm starting off by using a primer. I'm using the Bare Minerals Primetime Primer today, and so far this has been treating me very well. It smooths out my face and it hasn't broken me out, so far so good. And now I'm going into the Sephora and Pantone color correcting palette and taking that light peach shade and putting it right underneath my eyes. This is going to help brighten up and cover up that purpley blue right underneath there. And then I just pick up, like if there's any excess product, I'll use my sponge and it picks up the excess product. So you can see from one eye to the other, it's like a total difference. I love this palette. I have to say I love my NYX one too. I'm not sure which one I like more, but they're both really, really good. And now I'm going in with some foundation. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I wasn't in love with how it made my skin look, to be completely honest. It looked really dry. Granted, I have very dry skin, but I wasn't in love with my face in this video. But we're just going to blend it out with a sponge, and then we're gonna move on to the eyes. So now I'm going in with my regular primer. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. I'm just going to do a couple swipes on each lid and then blend everything out with this Morphe brush that I got in the vegan set. And then to set that primer, I'm using MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish. This shade is in medium, and I'm using that Real Techniques setting brush. Now I'm going into the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced and picking up the shade Just Peachy. This is such a pretty, shimmery, like light corally pinky shade. It's not so much peach, it's more on the pinky side, but it's still very pretty. This is going right in the middle of my lids, and I'm using this new brush by Sigma that I got for my birthday. It actually came in a set. Thank you, Mom. And I really like the brush because it's flat, but it's also fluffy, so it blends out the shade while I'm packing it on. I love it. So once that's packed on, I'm going in for the inner corners, and I'm using the shade Luscious, which is a really pretty, like, rose goldy peachy shade, and I'm packing it on the inner corners, but then I'm also bringing it kind of above Just Peachy. I feel like when you overlap them, like, it looks super pretty, and the blending process is just so much easier. So I highly recommend doing that. And then for the outer V, I'm using Cobbler, which is a light peachy brown. And like I said, this is going in the outer V. I'm bringing it up into the crease, and then I'm also kind of overlapping that shade with Just Peachy. It's all going to turn out to be perfect. I know right now I look like a total mess. That's how all my tutorials are. But once, you know, we're towards the end, everything comes together. So I'm taking a clean blending brush, blending everything out, and then I'm going to take my transition color, which is Georgia, and then this is going in the crease, right above the crease, and I'm just blending everything out so everything comes together. So I wanted just a little bit of a darker shade in the crease, so I picked up Caramelized, and this is going in the outer V in the crease. It's going right on top of Cobbler, and I'm using that same Eco Tools smudge brush. So once that's packed on, I'm just going to go in with a Sigma E25 and just blend everything out. I don't have anything on this brush. I'm just blending everything. I want to make sure all of the shades are blending nicely with each other. And then I'm going to go in with Peach Pit, and I'm going to put this right in my crease. I'm not going to put it in the outer V or anything like that. It's going strictly into the crease. This brush is by Morphe. I love it. I will leave the brush down below. So to cover up the discoloration underneath my eyes and also to clean up my eyeshadow edge, I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I have to say that this is obviously too light, but it's also very drying, and I feel like nobody mentions that when they use it. It's super duper drying, but I went with it. I'm still trying it out. I need to get a darker shade, but let me tell you guys, it's super drying. Moving on, I'm going to be taking the lightest shade in the palette, which is called White Peach, and highlighting my brow bone, so it's going right underneath my eyebrow. And then moving right along, I'm going to pick up Peach Pit and also Tempting, and I'm going to go over Peach Pit originally where I put it, so right in the crease. I just wanted to darken up the look a little bit. So I'm using that same Morphe Dome brush. It's an awesome brush to carve out that crease. And then I wanted to use a brown eyeliner, so of course I'm using the brown Physicians Formula Eye Booster and just creating a little bit of a wing and filling it in. And then to set that concealer, I'm using MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, the same one that I used for my lids. And then the best part, for my lower lash line, I decided to use that Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, the Dress Your Face palette. Use the shade Venezia. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I'm packing that on the lower lash line. I thought I would have to use like a cream shadow underneath to really make it stick and pop, but it's super pigmented and it popped on its own, so I just have to give a huge shout out to that eyeshadow. It's awesome. And then I'm lining my waterline with the Matte Mattic Eyeliner by L'Oreal, and then I'm going to move on to mascara. Of course, I'm using L'Oreal's Telescopic in black. So now moving on to the face, this is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium. Again, I love the way this powder looks. It's beautiful. I was a little skeptical at first, but I have to say it does really look beautiful. It does a great job, and you can't go overboard. Like, you never look too powdery. So now I'm using that L'Oreal Contour Duo, and it's the lightest version, and I'm just contouring my cheeks and also my temples. This is a very cool toned powder, so just be careful. And then I'm using the Rimmel Kate Moss little contour set, and I'm using that bronzer to just bronze up my face. I love this bronzer so much. It adds so much color, and it has a little bit of a sheen. It's not shimmery, but there's a nice sheen that I like. And then for blush, I'm using Max Melba. It's a very like orangey blush. I felt like it went very well with this look. And then of course I'm blending everything out. Like with eyeshadow, we blend out all the time. Well, that's the same thing that we have to do to our face. Blend, blend, blend. So now I'm using that Sonia Kashuk like contour slash highlighting duo and using that highlighting shade and just highlighting my cheekbones. And then for lip liner, this is Milani's Natural Lip Liner. I'm also gonna like fill in my lips with this. And then I'm going to use Colourpop's Midi liquid lipstick on top, and then I'm using Kylie Jenner's Like Gloss on top of that. So this completes my peach colorful spring makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, and I will see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Bye!